Hey again, this is going to be your Chapter 5 quiz practice for Algebra 1. Let's go ahead and get started. So this is the practice quiz you got from me earlier in class. The first one says solve each system by graphing. I'm going to first do y is equal to 4/3 x plus 1. So that's a positive 1 on the y-axis, and then up 4 over 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2, 3. And then I'm also going to do the same thing again. So I'm going to go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, over 3, 1, 2, 3. So there's my first line. And then my next one is x is equal to -3. I'll do that one a different color so you can see the difference there. X is equal to -3 would be right here on the x-axis. And that one's going to just be a vertical line. And you notice that they both intersect at -3, 3. So my answer is -3, -3. For number 2, again, the same thing here. What I'm going to do first is just fix that first equation so that y is by itself. I'm going to add 1 first to both sides. So I have -y is equal to -3x plus 1. And then I'm going to divide everything by -1. So y is equal to a positive 3x minus 1. So I'm going to go ahead and graph this one in red. So -1 first on my y-axis, and then my rise 3 run 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. I keep going up here, 1, 2, 3 over 1, and then do a few down here at the bottom. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Okay, so here's my line. And then the next one will also be 3x minus 1, essentially, if you rewrite this. So this one actually would be infinitely many solutions, just because it's the same exact line. Okay, the next one we have x minus 4y is equal to 12, and then 3x plus 2y is equal to 8. So both of these you have to fix to get y by itself. I'm going to start here with this first one. So it'll be -4y is equal to -x plus 12. Divide everything by -4. So y is equal to 1/4 x minus 3. So I'm going to go and graph that one. -3 first, which would be my y-intercept, and then positive 1, run 4. 1, 2, 4, and then go down here. -1, left 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not as steep. And then the next one, I'm going to subtract this one in a different color just so we can differentiate. -3x both sides, so I have 2y is equal to -3x plus 8. Divide everything by 2. So I have y is equal to -3 halves x plus 4. So come up here to 4, and then we're going to fall 3, run 2. 1, 2, 3, run 2. 1, 2, 3, run 2. And there's my point of intersection right there. So this one would be 4, -2 as my answer for number 3. The next part, number 4, solve each system by substitution. So remember, you can solve each system by substitution when you just plug in a value. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my y value and basically just plug it into my original equation. So -x minus, parentheses, 4x minus 7 equals 7. I'm going to go and distribute this negative. So -x minus 4x plus 7 equals 7. That's going to be -5x. And then if I subtract 7 from both sides, I'm going to get -5x is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0. So then what I can do is go ahead and plug my x is equal to 0 into this one. So y is equal to 4 times 0 minus 7. That's 0 minus 7. So y is equal to -7. So answer to number 4 is 0, -7. Okay. Over here I don't have any x or y's listed. So what I could do is just maybe solve for x in the first one. I'm going to subtract y from both sides. So x is equal to -y. So that kind of is weird, but just bear with me. So then I'm going to plug in take my second equation and plug that in here. So 2, instead of 2x, I'm going to say 2 negative y plus 2y equals negative 3. That's negative 2y plus 2y equals negative 3. And then when I get these right here, they're going to be equal to 0. And it's going to say 0 is equal to negative 3. And that is not true. So we're going to say no solution for number 5. Number 6, we're going to do, let's go and flip that page. We're going to solve each system by elimination. Right now, I see that I can eliminate my x's. So basically, when I add these together, I'll get 8y is equal to 8. So that y is equal to 1. And then I'll just plug y is equal to 1 back into an original equation. I'll plug it probably right back in here. So 3x plus 5 times 1 equals negative 1. That's 3x plus 5 equals negative 1. Minus 5 from both sides. 3x is equal to negative 6. So x is equal to negative 2. So my answer for number 6 would be negative 2, comma 1. For number 6, I see that I could probably just multiply this piece by 3. Whoa, excuse me. To get that 6 and negative 6. So if I do that, I will have my first one still the same, negative 6x plus 5y equals negative 20, but my second one will change to positive 6x minus 9y, and then equals negative 12. These x's can cancel out, so I get negative 4y is equal to negative 32. Divide both sides by negative 4, I get y is equal to 8. And then I would just probably plug it back into my original equation up here. So negative 6x plus 5 times 8 equals negative 20. That'll be negative 6x plus 40 equals negative 20. Subtract 40 from both sides. Negative 6x is equal to negative 10. X is equal to 6. So my answer for this one, 60, x is equal to 10. That was my bad. I was like, what? Okay. Anywho, my answer for number 7, 10, comma, 8. Okay. Let's keep going here. Shauna and Maria are selling cheesecakes for a school fundraiser. Customers buy New York style cheesecakes and apple cheesecake. Shauna sold 5 New York style and 5 apple cheesecake for a total of $75. So what I'm going to maybe say is just x is equal to New York and y is equal to apple. So Shauna, it says 5 New York, so I'm going to do 5x for her, and 5 apple, so 5y is equal to 75. Maria sold 13 New York, so 13x, and another 5 apple for a total of 131. Find the top cost of each one. So what I'm going to basically do here, I think I'm going to do process of elimination. So this first one, I'm just going to multiply by negative 1. So that would mean it would change it to negative 5x. I can rewrite it down here in a new color. Negative 5x, negative 5y, and negative 75. Okay, so these y's can cancel out, so I get 8x is equal to that 131 minus 75. That is going to give me 56. So x will be equal to 7. So then I'm going to go back and plug it in to one of these other equations. So 13 times 7 plus 5y equals 131. So 13 times 7 will give me 91. Plus 5y is equal to 131. Subtract 91 from both sides. And I get 5y is equal to 40. So that means y is equal to 8. So the New York style are $7. And the apple personal preference would be $8. Okay, that's all you had to do. You didn't have to write it in the ordered pair because we're trying to figure out the cost of each one. For number 9, there are 51 students in the school band. the number of girls is 6 more than twice the number of boys. Find the number of girls and boys in the band. So let's just say X is girls and Y is boys. So first off, maybe I can write just X plus Y would be equal to 51. Okay, but then it says the number of girls is 6 more than twice the number of boys. So maybe we can do 2Y plus 6. So that's twice the number of boys plus 6 would be equal to X for girls. So now that I have these two equations, I'm going to do substitution since I already have X by itself. So I'm going to plug that back into up here. So instead of X plus Y, I'm going to say 2Y plus 6. And then plus Y equals 51. That'll be 3Y plus 6 equals 51, minus 6 from both sides. 3Y is equal to 45. So Y is equal to 15. And then I can go ahead and plug that back into maybe this one, 2 times Y. So 2 times 15 plus 6 will give me the number of girls. So that's 30 plus 6 for 36 girls. So there are 36 girls and 15 boys. Again, that's how you have to, that would be how you would answer it. You don't need to put the ordered pair. And then the last one, number 10, it takes you 3 hours to drive to a concert 135 miles away. You drive 55 miles per hour on the highways and 40 miles per hour on the rest of the roads. So I know that X would maybe be highway, and then Y, let's say other time. So I know both of these added together, X plus Y is going to give me 3 hours, right? Well, 55 miles an hour would be for the X, and 40 miles an hour would be for the Y. And that's still going to be equal to that 135 miles. Okay. What we can maybe do here is go ahead and solve for X, just because that'd be easiest. So I'll get X is equal to negative Y plus 3. And then let's go ahead and plug it into this guy down here. So 55 parentheses negative Y plus 3 plus 40Y equals 135. That's negative 55Y. And then 55 times 3 is going to give me a positive 165 plus 40Y equals 135. Let's go ahead and combine like terms. That'll be negative 15Y. And then I'm going to go ahead and subtract 165 over here. So 165 subtracted from 135 would be negative 30. So Y is equal to 2. So if I come back and just plug it into my original equation, X plus 2 equals 3. X will be equal to 1. So 1 hour on highway, and then 2 hours on other. Okay, that's going to conclude your quiz review for Chapter 5. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.